What's up, guys? Fiasco Gaming here, and we are returning to Ultimate General Civil War. We're playing through our Confederate Let's Play on the normal campaign, and right now, today we're going to do sort of the post-battle cleanup and prep after Gaines's Mill. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take a look at the Union Army strength, and my goodness. So their average before Gaines's Mill was something to the vicinity of around 40, and they have gained an awful lot. Heading into the next campaign, there's not a series of smaller battles like there usually is before major battles. Gaines's Mill is followed almost immediately by Malvern Hill. Now, this is a particularly difficult battle for the Confederacy, as the map is fairly thin, and you essentially have to just kind of, more or less walk into the Union position. So let's take a look at the map. Still the same general layout. We've got at least field 2 corps, which we can do, and we can bring reserve units along if we have them. So if we were to take everything that we would have today, right now, we would outnumber the Union a little over, not double, but near enough. But let's go ahead and do some cleanup. So after the victory of Gaines's Mill, we gained a whole bunch of soldiers and a whole bunch of ammo. And also importantly, we gained a whole bunch of officers and new weapons. Now, I think I've mentioned this before, but let's talk about it again. The officer pool and the ammunition, or the armory pool, reset, or I guess refill, at the end of every major battle, which means the officers that are available in this pool now aren't going to be available after this battle. So we need to pick up all of them. As do all of the reputation purchases. So we've got 46 reputation, which is pretty good. It gives you kind of a nice morale bonus across the army. And we'll see what we can pick up there as well. So that's our next purchase. What do we have? Oh, that's right. We have a bunch of really good stuff, actually. Enfields are fantastic weapons, and I'm going to spend the reputation on both groups of them. And these are also great weapons. The 3-inch ordnance gun. Sorry, in the game it's called a 10-pounder ordnance, and I get that, but historically it was referred to as a 3-inch rifle cannon, and it is a fantastic piece. So we're going to go ahead and get that, and we're also going to get the Parrot gun, which is a great counter battery piece of artillery. And so what we're going to do now throughout the remainder of this video is we're going to go ahead and just clean up the army. Some of the units took heavier losses than others, and so that will require kind of more effort, but we're not going to do a whole lot of jumbling of troops around. What we've got here is good, and if we can buff up or build up new units, we'll do that too, I suppose. So 5th Infantry, guess what? You're getting a new, well, let's take a look. 51, 52, they're still some of our best units. All of these guys probably should be using Enfields. Best weapons to the best guys. Boom, and boom. And that's just freed up a whole bunch of Mississippis too, which is great. So we're going to keep using rookies because there's no reason not to. We're going to bump both of those units up to about 1750. So for our, we'll call them elite units, but I don't think that's the right word. We're going to keep them around the 1750 soldier mark. It's a particularly random number, I suppose. I could just choose 17 or 1800 for a nice round figure, but, whatever. So you did lose some efficiency. That's unfortunate. Okay. And replacing high efficiency units with rookies will drop the efficiency pretty quickly, obviously. And they're fine. Just even out the number because, I don't know, I care about that. You're okay. Take care of any losses. Artillery gets veterans. If needed, I'm going to fill in units, but I'm not going to build new guns. Okay. Ooh, good. They got a new perk. Now, this is always kind of difficult with these units that just barely leveled up. You got to be really careful about how many rookies you put in the unit. And then here, I'm going to keep on basically refilling this unit until I run out of guns. Because I don't want to be paying for soldiers and firearms at the same time. So I've got 249 MG and G Type 2s in my armory, and I'm going to go ahead and give them 249 soldiers. All right, and this poor unit, our grenadier units, basically just get filled back up. Just dump more rookies in there, the poor guys. Okay. You gained some efficiency. All right. I don't want to lose too much time in the video kind of tweaking some of these silly numbers like this, but, you know, as the army gets bigger, wow. It's nice to track the efficiency gains or losses, but it can become a bit unwieldy. Okay. All right, so, yeah. They're going to, I guess, 3rd Infantry is going to become kind of an unintentional elite unit, I suppose. All right. Somehow we picked up. I don't think they took any losses in the last battle, or if they did, I wasn't paying attention. Somehow we picked up 10 rifles. Good for them. Okay. And a little baby howitzer unit. Replace any losses. Whoa. Nice. Big efficiency gain. Let's take these guys up to 1750. Okay. Not terrible. This must have been a fresh unit. That's a very low efficiency for a rifle unit. But they still gained. Yeah, I remember 12 having a pretty good battle. And then these are all, well, no, they're not going to go all that big. That's more than I can handle. 2,000 should be a nice round number. Yep, and they still gained. More grenadiers. I really wish they would, I hope in the future. So my understanding is that active development on this game is no longer occurring, which is fine. They don't have a DLC model or any kind of online component, so whatever work they're doing is presumably on this game's successor. I hope that that game has a way that you can just set these units at a certain number and just call it a day. Okay. Boy. They took a beating, it seems like. Okay, but they still gained. And we've got plenty of these Mississippis, which is fantastic. Ooh, no palmettos. Guess what? You're getting Mississippis. I don't want to buy weapons, especially palmettos. Can I get away with? Excellent, excellent. Oh, that's right. So we're gonna bring them up to about that. That's pretty good. Cool, cool. And we need to create another unit of for the there you go. Oh, we have a couple captured too as well. Excellent. Now we're not going to throw General Ames in there, but that's a good point. He did that last battle was a major battle, and so General Ames, this is what that's the 5th, okay, 7th field gun. This is the 8th artillery. All right. Excellent. So Ames had a chance to rest, and Ames is my best general, so he's replacing me. And it looks like AP Hill is better than Kemper. And so you just kind of, you do this where you go down the hill or down the line. And then there's Tom Jackson. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's first corps. Second corps, Kemper leads. Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Okay. Kemper picks up the column, the colonel. Blah, blah, blah. He picks up the corps. And this is my favorite. So we're talking about the first tier of corps general traits. This is a buff that is passed on to every unit under his command. And I am a huge fan of the tactics bonus. Trainer is actually also pretty good. Less of concern for the Confederacy. They already start off with pretty good units, and gaining that first star is really the big hurdle. For the Union, you could make an argument for Trainer. The strategy is not mega useful. If you're using the supply wagon well, you don't need to worry about it. So I'm a big fan of the speed one. I think speed's a vital skill. So how's Tom Preston? How does he stack up? Marion Cutter seems like a better general. And James Archer is replaced with Sam Cable. All right, cool. With regard to these two, I almost never use the discipline. I almost always use endurance. They gain additional speed, so paired with the core benefit, you're looking at a plus 15% speed. Stamina is, in my opinion, a very important stat, and then, of course, efficiency is always good, too. Now, there are players, and I see them do this, where they use the morale one, especially in the Union, and I get it. But at this difficulty level and with the Confederacy, you just don't need it. Artillery, the same thing I use in endurance. So the logistics one is interesting. You'd think like, oh, that's good because he's got more rounds. But again, smart use of the supply wagons, and especially if you can capture the enemies, you're not going to need them. Stamina and efficiency is good, and then morale and efficiency is morale's a stat that they're not going to, if you're doing it right, they shouldn't really need to worry about it. But with stamina, you're going to, especially with the Napoleons, you're going to want those guns, right up in the front, taking some, losses, but also moving quickly. Right, so these units are all fine as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let's take a look at what we have as far as weapons and what can we hand out. So we've got a little over 1,000 Mississippis. I guess, unless we capture palmettos, we're not going to use those anymore. 1,500-ish Enfields. And not enough Springfields to use, or Harper's Ferries. Now, these are excellent weapons, but I'm not going to spend money on them if I can avoid it. And we do have enough men and money to buy new units, and that wouldn't be a bad idea. Especially because we could spin up an entire new division, and we have the capacity to do so. So in the coming battle, I have to field two corps, both of which can go up to 20 men, 20 divisions. And right now I'm fielding what this is 18, and this is 15. So I'm plenty of divisions shy of where I could be, and we have the men and material to do so. But fielding them would require buying weapons, which is fine. That's not a problem. It's just we should be aware of it. I don't necessarily know if we need them. That's another discussion, I suppose. But some of these smaller units, I want to hold on to the Mississippis. I know you'd think like, oh, let's just make a small unit of Mississippis. I want to hold on to them. They're a kind of a workhorse musket for the time being. The Lorenzes are a great weapon, and unfortunately, I don't think that you get access to a great many of them via the Reputation tab anymore. For the most part, it's going to be the Enfield, which is also a great weapon. Yeah. Wow, we're actually even kind of running low on the Springfields. That's surprising. I don't know if we need more troops. I think we're okay with what we've got. That is a surprisingly small number. I guess let's give them the 5 Harper's Ferries. Sure, right? What else could I give them? That's basically it. 900. No, Harper's Ferry. Yeah, okay, fine. So 16th Infantry is going to be a nice little sharpshooter type unit, I guess. What about cavalry? Can put together another unit of cavalry. That wouldn't hurt. We have enough to do. Theoretically, we could do a free melee cav and a free carbine cav. I don't like the carbine or the melee cav. They require too much micro, really, to be kind of worth the effort, in my opinion. But Tom Preston will not be leading the cav unit here. We'll go ahead and put Glenn Harker in. So hopefully we get promoted to him, or he gets a promotion. We'll push them up to about 450. I like that as a unit size for a cav. Okay. Right, and that's what, the 3rd cav unit, right? 1st Mounted Infantry. We had one that we lost in the last battle. That was my fault. 2nd cav, so we'll go ahead and call them 4th cav and just, you know, accept that I lost one. And they've got 55s, and they're brand new, so their efficiency is real low. But, oh, but wait, they have the traits. Okay, what do we got here? So, nope. Stamina on horseback or stamina on foot. Okay, let's take that. All right, there you go. Traits already come up. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and we're going to call the video here. In the next video, I'm going to go ahead and we'll jump into the battle. Oh. How silly of me. Little thing I forgot. So you notice the supply here, 35,000, and the supply in 2nd Corps, very tiny. That's because up until now, 2nd Corps has really been a holding corps. And thanks to Gaines's Mill and now Malvern Hill, and really the battles coming up in the future will continue to be the case. 2nd Corps is going to be my fighting corps, and I'll probably end up generating a 3rd Corps for holding. So let's go ahead and, we've got this money now. Let's go ahead and spend it to fill this up to cap. You basically always want that capped as quickly as you can. And is there a better general than Kemper? No, that's fine. All right, let's take a look at the officers really quick and see if we've got anybody on the edge of promotion. Looks like that's fine. Trebu's likely going to make general, so is Statham. And then do we have any efficiency holes? Yep, that's a problem. Okay. So Captain Baylor here is too low a rank to command this unit. However, I have a whole bunch of captains that, well, it looks like, I guess a captain can command a 12-gun battery, no problem. So a bunch of captains that are, let's go ahead and swap him then. So let's put Major Lewis. Yep, Major Lewis is fine. Major Lewis can handle that unit. And let's go ahead and put Captain Baylor in command of 8th Artillery. Where is he? Oh, no, never mind. Let's go ahead and put Captain Schaefer. So his efficiency dropped, as you can see, but it's not at a penalty. And hopefully, the 10-pound ordnance is a long-range gun. Hopefully, he'll bump up to Major. And this is how we need to do this, is we need to kind of grow, essentially grow a crop of new officers. So I did lose some efficiency there. That's unfortunate. But I'm doing it with the eye on generating, hopefully, another higher ranked officer. So anybody else that we can... These majors are barely competent to command these units. All right, that's fine. So hopefully some of these officers level up. Wow, we've got some brigadier generals here. Let's go ahead and leave them in place. Nathan Forrest, where'd you go? Yeah, he's supposed to be a cavalry commander. That's fine. All right, hey, sorry, I'm getting off in the weeds here. This has been Ultimate General Civil War. This is the camp screen leading up to the Battle of Malvern Hill. Thanks again for sticking around, and this is Fiasco, signing off.